meeting of the Finance Committee to order. If we could start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, thank you.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the
I'm gonna say, I gotta go, sorry.
one nation,
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Wow. Sorry about that.
If we could have a moment of silence. Thank you. Nobody for public comment? All right. Discuss and approve minutes from the meeting on Thursday, January 9th.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes of the meeting for Thursday, January 9th.
I second them.
Any discussion?
Not for me.
Okay, we'll vote. Mike?
Yes?
Jeff?
Yes.
Arlene?
Yes.
Lee?
Abstain.
And I'm a yes. Is somebody taking notes for me? Please. So we just need Jeff made the motion, you seconded, and nobody for appointments and hearings, no communication from select board?
I'm only here if you need me, if you have a question, I'll
Okay. Nobody from the school committee. I will say that the school is going to present their budget to us on the meeting of February 13th. Nothing under old business. New business, town manager and assistant town manager will not be joining us, but I did get a response to our question about how the county determines our share of that bill. And he said the county, it's done by call volume and was adjusted. So partially why it went up was due to the number of calls.
I would expect it to be that way,
Yeah.
which makes sense, that it's apportioned by the number of calls a community puts in, so that makes sense to me, yeah.
And with other towns dropping out. And
Yeah.
it would be nice if we could put out a statement to the town about unnecessary calls into 911. I'm sure that's a part of it. And I wonder if they know that that affects how much we're paying.
That's a good idea.
Like, you don't call 911 if your cat is missing, or, you know? So that was it for questions that I had for town manager. So I put discuss town budget by department, which we kind of did at our last meeting, but since you two hadn't gotten your books yet, I figured everybody has had,
And Greg wasn't here.
Right.
everybody has had ample opportunity to look over everything, and
Yeah.
so I guess rather than go department by department, does anybody have a department that they would like to
Before
discuss?
we go in, I just let everybody know, earlier this afternoon, I sent out a revised file for our analysis, because as I wasn't showing that huge increase in the select board's salaries last time, I found out the amounts I had in there for 2026 were incorrect, so they've been corrected, and now it's showing like a $72,000 increase over the prior year, which makes sense with what we were discussing.
Okay,
So just so everybody knows that they've got that corrected information.
I do see that email now. Oh, and incidentally, February 14th is the cutoff for our submission for the town report.
February
Not
what?
Not the blue book, the
Okay, the town report, all right.
Which is all of your charts and things, right?
No.
That's
This
what
is a statement that the chair writes about the previous year. I believe I sent you a copy of what that report looks like, what I did last year. If not, I will send you another copy.
Okay.
Pretty much you just need to make some minor edits as far as recognizing some people that may have changed, but mainly the financial information which you can get from Don Thayer.
Okay.
That's what really needs to be updated, because it's gotta be updated for the 2024 year.
Okay.
And if you need any more help, just get in
Sure I
touch with
do.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a letter that goes in the front of the annual report, or with all the other departments and committees and stuff. It's just an evaluation of, a statement of what we did in fiscal year 2024.
Okay. I will look for, I'm sure at the beginning of my term here, it's in with that.
Yeah, it should
stuff
be.
you sent. I'll find it, and if not, I'll reach out.
Yep.
Okay, does anyone have a department that they want to discuss?
Now, I looked through the book pretty thoroughly. Most things, as you know, has to do with our contractual agreements, salaries, and things like this. A lot of increases that come through there. There will be some, the new operating costs going forward for the sewer, which is, I think, wise that they put that in there so they can get that going and get it go full force as it gets started up. So I think Rodney's done a good job. I'm sure we'll hear back from him regarding what changes he may or may not have made.
Next week.
Yes, yeah. So,
And next week, I believe he's also going to talk about the capital budget.
Yeah, I think it's both.
right, I've been in those meetings, in the capital meeting, and there's be several things coming forward. We're not finished with those yet. Looking at, waiting for some numbers to come in for a couple of things, and so a lot going on there.
Anybody else have any specific department they wanted to look at?
At this point, I think we covered most of my questions last week.
Yep.
And the real questions really will come in when we find out what the town manager is gonna recommend.
Right,
Can we just go through the wastewater
sure.
one time quickly? And that's,
Yes, I was at that meeting, yes. Let me just, hope I wrote some notes on that.
workout lifting the book.
Right, wrestling with the book.
I was going to say, you have to pick the last one, Mike?
At that meeting, one of the things that was pointed out was that Ashley, who was former DNR director, was going to be water quality grants coordinator, and that her salary of $108,165 was coming from what would have been the natural resources budget to this particular budget. So that number's in there under the,
So the largest numbers for the contractor, right?
yes, the 1.3 million for the contract.
And this is phase two?
No, what's in here, this would be the operating cost for it.
Right,
Just the operating
it's
cost?
the operating cost.
This
It
is
may
to
be
operate the
contracted
wastewater.
out,
Yeah,
but that seems to be the operating cost that they've estimated at this time.
yeah, this is nothing that's related to the phases of construction.
Right.
There's really
That's,
nothing else talked about at that meeting, other than the fact that there would be an enterprise fund.
Right.
And that the budget was going to be in the wastewater enterprise fund.
Right.
there's really nothing more that I can say about that.
And I don't know if they've actually signed a contract yet for operation of the plant. Do you know that, Michaela, by chance?
I'm not sure enough, I'm not certain.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, so I think that's their estimate of what contractual services will cost to run the plant at this time. It may be less, could be a little more. It's hard to say at this point. But they've had to put a number in there, you know, to make sure that it's covered at least the first year as they go forward, because it is a priority for the town.
I get it.
Yeah.
And the other thing I might just point out is if you get to the very end of the wastewater budget, you will see that after you've gone past the numbers for the budget for the enterprise fund, you see what it has been in 2025, and the projection under what used to be the town department is now zero, because any of these expenses are going into that enterprise fund.
Right.
But you can see what it has been, what 2025 actually was, although that's, not as of now, that's as of October. So just,
Yeah.
that's all we discussed, really, at that meeting.
Any other questions
No,
about,
I'm good.
any other departments anyone would like to take a look at? No? All set with the budget?
I'm all set.
Okay. Town charter review?
Well, we're going on 2 years now with the charter review process, and we have something coming forward for May's meeting. I think there's about 7 different articles. Some of them are housekeeping, some of them are more substantial, like the preamble that's being added to the charter. We'll see if we can get those through in May, and then we'll come back to the table and continue the process to add some additional items for October's town meeting. That's kind of the plan at this point, so.
Do you have a new chair?
Yes, Ronnie Collins is the new chair.
Oh,
Yep. So, John has done a great job steering us through to this point, got us organized so we could make sure we could get those down to those 6 or 7 items. But, you know, he's got a lot going on too, and for almost doing it for 2 years, it's time, you know, he felt like it was time to have someone else do it, and we felt like Rodney was a good choice.
Rodney is a great chair.
Yep, so. If you see John Miller, thank him for his service in that position. Anything else you'd like to add?
He did a nice job. And what he did.
Yeah, he did. Not easy with a committee of 9 people, trying to get everybody organized with a big document, trying to pull it all apart and put it back together. And John did very well at that, and he did well at keeping us on track for the most part,
Oh,
so.
I'm sure, 9 different personalities with 9 different
Yeah.
perspectives makes it.
But it was cooperative, which,
It was.
yeah, it has been. It
was-
has been
there was-
cooperative.
There was a lot of good conversation,
Yep.
back and forth, but he did a nice job.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's really all we have for tonight. So between now and next week, I will narrow down what needs to get done for that report. I'll work with you.
Yep.
And I'll get figures from Don.
Yeah.
So next week, we have Mr. Collins presenting the capital improvements, and I assume his,
Recommendations?
I assume, I know for certain the CIP.
Yeah.
Right.
I am assuming his budget as well, because as far as I know, he said he would do them.
Well, at least his preliminary, I'm sure that's gonna be more before he makes the formal presentation at the public hearing.
Right. And we're not finished with the CIP meetings yet either.
Yeah.
So we have a meeting on, I think it's Tuesday? Tuesday, yes. A couple more departments are coming in to present, and then we'll be going from there and deliberating in Tuesday and into Wednesday and determining where the priorities are and how we're going to get there. So,
It's a big list to get to.
yeah, well, there's a lot going on. The town has a lot of infrastructure issues and problems. The police department is one of them. The unfinished air conditioning at the school is one of them. Might be some other things coming in as well. So we will see where we land. So, yeah.
Did you guys get your tour?
No, we didn't. I was just about to say, if I didn't get a call, I'll call him or talk to him.
Yeah, I would just send
Yeah.
Wayne an email.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way you were speaking, I was thinking, I didn't hear anything. No, so we will, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
send an email.
Yeah, if you can take a tour, eyes wide open on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that at our last,
Oh, you can.
they want to go at night so they can see
Okay.
the rat.
So it's Wayne, not Rodney? It's Wayne,
Wayne is probably your
safest
quickest,
bet, yeah.
well, quickest way to get a response.
Okay.
But CC Rodney, like I would. And CC Darlene,
Yeah, and CC me.
yeah. Okay, so our next meeting will be next Thursday at 4 PM.
Okay.
4 PM works for me. I don't know about you guys. The change in time is pretty good. We get out here and still can see.
Jamie,
You can get down in time.
I won't be here next Thursday, but I'm happy to call in. So if we can arrange that.
Yep, you can.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Who do I?
Have it, yeah, just get in touch with Rodney and Wayne and let them know you want to Zoom so he can, Greg can join the meeting.
Okay,
Right.
will do.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm looking for
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
any, oh,
May I make a comment quick?
absolutely.
Colton Atkinson, 112 Algonquin. So I was here to listen to the go-through of the Department of Public Works budget, but I guess I missed them. I assume you guys probably just had a pretty quick meeting today. But I was mostly just concerned about the how much funding they have for complete streets projects in this upcoming year's budget, where if you look at the prioritization plan that the Department of Public Works created and published on March 28th, 2024, we're about $1.5 million behind budget and 4 years delayed on our Complete Streets project, which is Select Board Policy 76. So I just feel like it's being neglected in the budget for prioritization of other things. And I think I've talked to you guys before about how we've, since the increased inflationary period of since 2020, we've been kind of chronically underfunding a lot of the departments. And I feel like this is one of those areas where we're falling behind, and it's, you know, not leading to the select board's vision of more complete streets and safer streets for all road users. So that's all I wanted to suggest. If you guys have any questions about what I just said, let me know.
And could I have your name again, please?
Colton Atkinson, Colton Atkinson.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Of course.
Does anybody have anything they would like to add on that topic?
Not at this point, no.
It might be in this road maintenance and construction number,
Yeah, I was looking for a separate line item.
but I don't see a separate line item. Can we ask Catherine about that?
Sure, what would you like me to ask her?
The complete roads, complete streets project, how is that going, and what part of that is in the budget, or is it in this road maintenance line item?
those questions.
All right. Thank you. All right, we had a motion to adjourn in a second.
Call the question.
Listen,
Pardon me?
Call the question. Which is to call the vote.
yeah, right.
Any opposition to adjournment? Hearing none, passed by unanimous consent.
Okay, and it is what, 4?
Thank you.
What time is it now? 4?